The Whistleblower Wildcard: How False Claims Can Haunt Honest Companies. I've seen it all. For nearly 25 years, I worked at the DOJ, where I investigated some of the largest antitrust cases in the country. Now, in retirement, I'm working for you. Welcome to the Antitrust Insider. A quick disclaimer: I'm not a lawyer, and this isn't legal advice. But after 25 years at the DOJ, I've seen how easily good intentions or bad blood can spiral into a mess nobody wants. Section 1: Disgruntled and bent on revenge. Imagine this: your company is doing everything by the book. No price fixing, no collusion, no shady deals. Then, unexpectedly, you get a letter, or worse, a visit from the Department of Justice. An antitrust investigation is underway. And the reason? A disgruntled former employee tipped them off with false or exaggerated claims. Suddenly, you're spending money on legal fees, your reputation's under fire, and your employees and maybe shareholders are panicking, all because someone inside your organization wanted revenge. Even honest companies can get dragged into DOJ crosshairs by a single angry insider. This isn't about helping bad actors evade the law. It's about protecting good companies from unnecessary chaos. And trust me, I've seen this play out firsthand. Let's be clear, whistleblowers are vital to uncovering real fraud. But when the system gets weaponized, that's a problem for businesses, employees, and even the DOJ. How false claims can trigger investigations. Here's how it happens. The DOJ gets thousands of tips every year from employees, competitors, even random citizens. Most go nowhere. But if a claim mentions price fixing, market allocation, or other antitrust buzzwords, it gets flagged fast. Now, the DOJ doesn't just take every claim at face value, but they can't ignore credible-sounding allegations either. I've seen cases where a single email from a fired employee, maybe someone who felt mistreated or passed over for a promotion, kicks off a full-blown inquiry. Even if the evidence is thin, the DOJ has a duty to look into it. Let me tell you about one case I worked on early in my career. A mid-sized contracting company in Queens got hit with a subpoena because a former sales VP, who had been demoted, claimed the company was involved with bid rigging. Turns out, while he used bid data that showed numerous close bids with a competitor and used that to suggest a round-robin pattern of wins and losses for contracts, there was ultimately no concrete evidence of collusion. Sometimes the company won the contract, and sometimes they lost. Just business. His assurance that he knows the company was bid rigging launched the investigation. But by the time the investigation was closed, the company had burned 6 figures on legal fees. The moral of the story? The DOJ doesn't need proof to start asking questions. They just need enough to justify digging deeper. And once that shovel hits the dirt, it's hard to stop the hole from getting bigger. Now listen carefully to my next words. Don't be a jerk, and yes, I mean that literally. Companies, listen up. Treat your employees fairly. If someone leaves on bad terms, they're far more likely to lash out. And the DOJ is a very tempting weapon. I'm not saying you can't fire underperformers or enforce rules, but handle it professionally. Document everything. Avoid humiliating people on their way out. Employees, this applies to you too. If you're frustrated with your boss or coworkers, blowing the whistle out of spite can backfire. False claims waste government resources, hurt innocent colleagues, and could land you in legal hot water for lying to federal investigators. During my time at the DOJ, I spoke to many walk-ins, visitors who come to the office in person to make a complaint. In many cases, these people required the services of some other office. For me, I often referred people to the NYPD. But some whistleblowers had legitimate antitrust complaints. And then there are the complainants who simply knew the antitrust buzzwords and used them to take aim at people they hate. This is how innocent companies land in hot water. Let's talk about what you and your company can do to protect yourself. First, if you're a company, there are several actions you can take to improve your cybersecurity posture and protect your valuable data. These measures can range from implementing robust security protocols to educating your employees about potential threats. Next, train managers on fair disciplinary practices. Equip managers with the knowledge and skills to conduct fair and consistent disciplinary actions. This training covers legal considerations, documentation best practices, and strategies for addressing employee misconduct effectively. Ensure a respectful and legally compliant workplace. Document performance issues meticulously. it's your best defense. Detailed records serve as your strongest defense when addressing concerns, providing clear evidence and a factual basis for discussions and decisions. Offer exit interviews to air grievances before they escalate. Exit interviews provide a structured opportunity for employees to voice concerns, share feedback, and address grievances before they escalate into larger issues. This proactive approach can help identify systemic problems and improve the overall work environment. Audit compliance programs regularly so you can prove you take antitrust rules seriously. Regular audits of your compliance programs are essential. They demonstrate your commitment to antitrust rules and help identify areas for improvement. Consistent monitoring ensures that your company adheres to legal standards and ethical practices, fostering a culture of compliance. If you're an employee with real concerns, report them internally first, unless it's a true emergency. And if you're tempted to exaggerate, remember this: the truth always comes out. The DOJ interviews hundreds of people, subpoenas emails, and follows the money. Any lies will crumble fast. At the end of the day, antitrust laws exist to protect competition, not to settle workplace scores. Whistleblowers are heroes when they expose real corruption. But when the system gets hijacked by personal vendettas, everyone loses. So, whether you're a CEO, a manager, or an employee, do the right thing. Follow the law. And for heaven's sake, don't be a jerk. Because in today's world, even a single reckless accusation can cost millions. And the DOJ doesn't send apology letters when they close a case with no charges. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay honest, and come back for more Antitrust Insider.